1. Russian Minister Starovoit implicated in embezzlement before mysterious death. Putin's response. 2. Kremlin shocked by sudden death of former minister fired by Putin. 1. Russian Minister Starovoit implicated in embezzlement before mysterious death. Putin's response. ****. In a shocking turn of events, a Russian minister was found dead amid an embezzlement investigation, raising questions about corruption at the highest levels. Roman Starovoit, who was serving as the Minister of Transport, was discovered deceased in a park outside of Moscow, suffering from a gunshot wound. Reports suggest that this tragic incident is linked to allegations of misconduct involving the misappropriation of funds meant to bolster the border with Ukraine. On July 6, 2025, President Vladimir Putin made the decisive move to relieve Starovoit of his ministerial duties. He appointed Starovoit's deputy as the interim replacement, indicating a sense of urgency regarding the situation. Just hours after this dismissal, the grim news of Starovoit's death broke, prompting an immediate investigation by state authorities. According to two anonymous sources who shared insights with Reuters, it appears that Starovoit's firing was not a sudden decision, but rather part of a broader investigation into potential embezzlement activities. Specifically, there were suspicions that he had diverted funds allocated for strengthening military defenses in the Kursk region. The sources chose to remain unnamed due to the sensitive nature of the situation, reflecting the perilous climate surrounding these allegations. Starovoit's family has yet to provide a public statement following the tragic news. The Kremlin expressed shock over the death of Starovoit, but has remained tight-lipped concerning the specific circumstances surrounding his dismissal. State prosecutors have also refrained from commenting publicly, further amplifying the intrigue surrounding this case. In a dramatic backdrop, the region of Kursk witnessed one of the largest foreign incursions into Russian territory since World War II, with thousands of Ukrainian soldiers advancing across the border in August 2024. This unprecedented event placed immense pressure on the Russian military and highlighted significant vulnerabilities in the nation's defense strategy. Although Ukrainian forces were ultimately pushed out earlier in 2025, the damage to the region was considerable, with conflicting reports on casualties, complicating the public's understanding of the military's performance during the conflict. Reports from RBC, a leading Russian media outlet, have indicated that law enforcement is actively investigating Starovoit's potential connection to the embezzlement case. Additionally, the prominent newspaper Kommersant revealed that some individuals implicated in the investigation have provided testimony against him. By December, state prosecutors announced their findings of financial misconduct, which included inflated construction expenses associated with the 19.4 billion rubles, approximately $248 million, earmarked for border security in the Kursk area. Notably, the initiation of this border enhancement project coincided with Starovoit's tenure as the governor of Kursk. Prosecutors highlighted severe delays in project completion, with at least 3.2 billion rubles, around $41 million, allegedly unaccounted for. The State Investigative Committee of Russia, tasked with probing serious criminal offenses, has suggested that Starovoit may have taken his own life, as a firearm was located near the scene of his death. However, they have not disclosed specific timelines for when his body was found or any additional details about their ongoing investigations. What implications does this incident have for the Russian government's integrity? How might these revelations reshape public perception of leadership in the context of corruption and accountability? Share your thoughts and whether you agree or disagree with the handling of this situation in the comments below. 2. Kremlin shocked by sudden death of former minister fired by Putin. When a powerful figure's sudden demise coincides with a public dismissal, eyebrows are bound to be raised. And in a recent development that has sent shockwaves through Moscow's corridors of power, the Kremlin has publicly expressed its profound dismay over the tragic passing of Russia's former transport minister, Roman Starovoit, an event that unfolded mere hours after President Vladimir Putin had removed him from his post. This isn't just a simple news story. It's a narrative brimming with unanswered questions and an undercurrent of mystery that demands a closer look. The discovery of Starovoit's body was unsettling, to say the least. He was found deceased in his vehicle just outside of Moscow, bearing a gunshot wound. State investigators, in their initial assessment released on Monday, indicated that the primary working hypothesis points towards a self-inflicted fatality. While such a conclusion might bring a degree of closure for some, for others, it only deepens the enigma surrounding the circumstances of his death. But here's where it gets controversial. The timing of this tragedy, occurring so swiftly after his high-profile dismissal, naturally fuels speculation and raises a myriad of challenging questions about the pressures and potential consequences faced by high-ranking officials in Russia. When pressed for comments regarding Starovoit's untimely demise, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov confirmed that President Putin had indeed been informed of the incident, describing the news as undeniably tragic and sad. Peskov, however, firmly declined to engage in any conjecture about the precise cause of death, emphasizing that an active investigation is currently underway to ascertain the full facts. He poignantly remarked, "It can't help but shock normal people. Naturally, it shocked us too." He reiterated that it is the ongoing investigation that is ultimately responsible for providing all the definitive answers. Adding another layer to this complex narrative, a presidential decree issued on Monday provided no explicit rationale for Starovoit's dismissal, particularly notable given that he had served less than a year in his ministerial capacity. However, a whisper among political analysts suggests a potential link to a burgeoning corruption probe centered in the Kursk region, an area he previously governed. While Reuters could not independently verify these suspicions, a source within the transport industry, who requested anonymity due to the delicate nature of the subject, revealed on Monday that Starovoit's position had been under scrutiny for several months precisely because of his alleged connection to this very corruption scandal. And this is the part most people miss, the crux of the financial intrigue. The heart of that investigation revolves around a staggering 19.4 billion rubles, equivalent to approximately $246 million. This substantial sum was specifically allocated in 2022 for the crucial purpose of fortifying Russia's border with Ukraine in the Kursk region. The central question investigators are grappling with is whether these funds were properly utilized for their intended purpose, or if a significant portion of that money was, in fact, embezzled. The implications of such an investigation, particularly when intertwined with a high-profile death, are profound. It raises concerns not only about financial accountability, but also about the immense pressures placed on individuals in positions of power. What are your thoughts on this unfolding story? Do you believe the official explanation, or do you think there's more to this tragic and sudden turn of events? Share your perspectives in the comments below. We want to hear from you.